we get another update of Titan Quest 2's development. Learn all about it in this video. The topic is summons and item updates. A few of my assumptions were confirmed by the update. First and foremost, we get summons back. Even some exact same ones like in Titan Quest 1, with the Wisp of Storm Mastery, the Core Dweller of Earth Mastery, the Battle Standard of Warfare. Forge has automatons. In the very first spoiling of a new mastery that didn't have the Forge name yet, I anticipated that they would be automatons. Rogue Mastery gets a Shadow Clone.
Shadow Clone Jutsu!
Which is also a nice new addition. We had something similar in Titan Quest 1 with the temporary summon of Dream Mastery, the Dream Image. That is a copy of you attacking the enemies with the same skills that you use. I was speculating on when real pets would make it into the game. We already have many bonuses for summons on the gear we find right now in the early access. But there was just the Blade Trap and the Sentry of Forge Mastery. Now we get the real pets that follow the player and attack enemies. The freshly spoiled Spirit Mastery that is about to come too will probably have the Lich King pet just like Titan Quest 1. Pets were really fun and a fan favorite. Time and time again people asked for pets in Titan Quest 2 and the devs intend to deliver. I'm looking forward to it, although the playstyle has changed drastically when comparing Titan Quest 1 and Titan Quest 2. In TQ1, when you were on a caster build, you basically needed a pet to tank some damage. In Titan Quest 2 it's different, you do not absolutely need it, but probably would be a nice addition. The big reveal of this news update is the items. We get Talismans. There's the charm Turtle Shell, which goes on Talismans, so it was to be expected that we will get those soon. But now we know what it is. It is an offhand item for mages and hybrids. That means you can carry a spear or something in your primary hand, and instead of a shield on the offhand, you use a talisman. Those give a good buff for the energy regeneration, but more importantly, they improve your abilities by topping off their level. +2 to capacity of a certain mastery boost all the active spells, and you can use the points elsewhere. It will probably not expand the capacity limit of 17 that there is for each active ability, but only increase all skilled abilities by 2. The much better improvement is +1 level to all Storm passive skills. This one is the one that we were looking for, and this one will be the best stat in the game. Passive abilities are just that important, because you can go over the cap that you can put points into. If the limit is 10, by equipping a talisman, your new cap is 11 now. That is pretty cool, and if you are a thoughtful TQ2 player, you might have noticed that the passive skills show the levels past the cap. Talismans are a very interesting addition, especially one that is a new addition to the Titan Quest universe, which is greatly appreciated. In Titan Quest 1 we had the system that you could cap your skills to +4. Most builds tried to give an increase to the abilities, because it was just super powerful. There's the item Stonebinder's Cuffs that gave +3 to all skills. Builds had to decide whether they equip Stonebinders or get their +4 to all skills by some other bonuses. There were some skills that basically required you to overcap your skills. For example, the Wolf Summon spell let you summon your third wolf only if you overcapped the skill to 22 out of 20 points. I have a feeling that it will be a requirement for the most powerful builds that they have a +2 passive skills. The capacity point increase sounds good for some builds, but not all. The devs go on by dropping casually that epic items should be the most exciting items to find, so they buffed all of them. This is big news. The items were a bit one-dimensional in some respects, but that's apparently all about to change. We get plus capacity points on items now too. not only Talismans. The few item changes that we get spoiled here are extremely interesting. Paradox Sphere was the trashiest item. The first version of it didn't have any special stats. Later versions had a boring stun chance stat. The updated version becomes an insane option for an overall build to stun a powerful enemy. Harpy, the two-handed fire axe, was also rather boring before, but the new version is insane and opens up new build possibilities that you need to work around. Gain 0.4 fire damage for each agility point. Agility does not scale fire damage, so this will be an interesting item to make work. 400 attribute points in agility would result in 160 fire damage. The item already has plus 71 flat fire damage on it. That is exactly what I wanted from the epic items. Interesting and unique stats that were powerful with the right build. Very specialized stats that are exciting to make them work, or just goofy things to work around. If there are developers watching, I loved the items in Title Quest 1 that made you cast abilities through items. For example, the item that had a chance to trigger an ability, or just gave you a new active ability altogether. Some items gave you new summons, etc. The possibilities are endless here, and I hope that we will get something like this in Title Quest 2 as well. Let me know what you think of this update in the comments. I am really hyped for it. I love the game already as it is. Having really unique epic items is giving the game another layer of complexity, especially if you can build around that. I also would love to see the first epic armor piece, or dare I say set armor. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.